It is the 15th day of the month of Belas. The frontier war rages on. A dark cloud hangs over the city of Repertum, the grand seat of the Dominion. After the recent assassination of public figures, the one they call Mercator the Faceless, consul of the First Legion, has been appointed as dictator by the Senate in order to bring the situation under control. A mysterious messenger spoke in hushed tones to Elias and Breaker. "Follow the green and blue," he said. There are now proscription lists in the city. The enemies of the people are being slain. Yuey and Adair were placed under arrest by a new force in the city, the masked Senatory Guard. They were stripped of their possessions and marched to what appeared to be a wide well. Before being cast inside, they heard Nadra scum in league with the traitors. One of the guards leaned in towards Yuey and said, "Oh, and Valerius sends his regards."
I've got a 10.
Okay.
By the way, were we thrown down the well with our equipment? Or are we sort of...
You were stripped of your equipment by these masked guards.
Just to double check, do I roll a d20?
Yeah, so what you can do is you can navigate your character sheet in Roll20. So if you go, it's the third tab along the top, and you click on your character sheet.
And then you can click the word Constitution.
Yeah, you can just click on it.
That helps.
In 5th edition, saves are the same, right? You don't get a bonus, it's just a flat attribute check, I'm assuming, in 5th edition, right?
2 traits, you get you get proficiency in, so you add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, alright.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, like you is a warlock, so he's proficient in wisdom and charisma.
I see,
so
right.
He gets plus on those saving throws, right?
Okay, so give me 1 second.
18.
Okay, so Adair, take 14 points of damage.
No.
And you can take 9 points of damage. So as you're cast down into this pit, you land on something, you just feel excruciating pain. You have this light coming from above you and this awful stench. Yuey, you can't hold it back. You just start letting forth all over yourself, vomiting all over yourself, and over this dwarf that you were thrown down here with. And then you look around. Have you got dark vision? So I think that Adair, you've got dark vision,
yeah.
right? What about Yuey?
No, he doesn't. He's a standard human.
Standard human. So what you see, so Adair, you'll see this entire room. So what you see, Yuey, is basically in this light, you've been thrown down into a pile of what looks like humanoid corpses. They're all in various states of decomposition. Clearly, other beings have been cast into this place and have died, and they've just stayed down here. And you're looking around in the light. You can't see the edges of the room. All you can see is what's illuminated by the light from above, and there's just corpses and filth all around you. Adair, you can see the entire room. You're in a circular chamber, large circular chamber. Give me perception checks, Adair and Yuey, please. Prestidigitation. That's such a weird thing.
Yeah, sorry, I clicked the wrong button.
No, perception. So if you roll perception,
I got a 2. I mean, it's dark, so it makes sense. I can't tell it.
So yeah, exactly. So Yuey, it's too dark. It's you're vomiting all over yourself. It's all just going wrong for you, man. Sorry.
Adair got a natural 20 in persuasion.
Where is it?
You managed to persuade Yuey to point in a different direction. Fantastic. Okay. So Adair, you sense motion coming from one of the corridors that exit off of this large round chamber. You can hear something going on, some people or something walking up a corridor.
Bum, bum, bum. Do we know each other, like Yuey?
I don't know. I think we were. This is the first time we've met, as we were sort of both apprehended and thrown down the well at the same time. Can actually Yuey, because it's so dark, can I try to bind like a piece of cloth around like a piece of wood or something, and then use prestidigitation to light like a small torch for myself.
So you're going to scramble up from amongst these corpses and try and craft yourself a torch. Okay, so you're going to do that. So Adair, what are you doing? Is there anything that you would like to
Wiping
do?
the vomit off of my body.
You're
First of all.
cleaning yourself up in this, trying to get the filth off of yourself. So Breaker and Elias, you can hear something going on in this room up ahead. How far is your dark vision?
I think it's 60.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you can see them. So you can see what look like two humanoid figures that were lying in between this pile of corpses, and they've gotten up and they're moving around.
Okay.
Arrow.
I was just thinking.
But first we have to sort out this thing that's in front of us there. So I tap on, like, signal to Elias and point to this horizontal stone structure.
So is this thing blocking the way to where we
No, it's not blocking the way. The corridor is clear. It's just you've got this out of place stone which is in front of you. It's it's in line with all of the other stones that are on the floor, but it's just looks really out of place. It's a horizontal stone that goes from end to end, and you've got this gap directly above it, the sort of 1 inch gap in the sort of ceiling of this corridor.
Can I do an investigation to try and figure out
Go for it.
what it is and what the purpose is?
Sure, go for it.
No.
What did you get?
3.
So what are you thinking? You rolled investigation in order to just try and figure out what this thing is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like an out of place stone slab and a gap in the ceiling.
I'm going to.
Maybe we should come back to this.
Hang on, did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. In which case, while you're playing around with the mechanism, so you're trying to figure out what's going on, and you're like having a prod around. You've kind of changed places with Breaker, and you're trying to figure out what this thing is. And you know what's going to happen, right? You basically taking the thing by accident, and so the next thing you hear is like this metallic whirring, grinding noise, and from above, from that gap, a grate slams down in front of you. Can you give me a save? Give me a dex save.
Yeah.
Pretty please with sugar on top.
Whew, at least.
Right, you managed to get out the way without being run through and trapped under a small portcullis, which just slammed shut in front of you. Crang! So Adair and you hear this crashing noise coming from down that corridor. And as you've like gotten up now and you're trying to sort of make yourself a torch, can you roll me a perception, please, Yuey?
Yep. 18.
Awesome. And Adair as well, please roll me perception. While you're busy cleaning the vomitus off yourself. So Yuey, as you're in the dark, you're kind of going around and having a look at, because there's junk down here as well. There's like literal junk. There's like branches and broken furniture and broken pottery and various corpses as well they've got cloth on them. So yeah, you managed to find sort of a stick and you're binding cloth at the end. As you do that, you could swear you saw one of the bodies on the far end of the circular room twitching. You sure you saw movement?
Yeah. Can I turn to Adair? And I say to her, we're not alone down here. Be wary.
Yay! Oh god.
Can I also actually use prestidigitation again and kind of to show Adair that I'm not a threat? Can I use that to clean sort of her, let's say her face off the muck?
So what does that do? prestidigitation does? What does it actually do?
So it does a bunch of stuff, but it also does you instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. So I figure as an act of good faith, I could I could remove the muck from Adair.
So
As a show of
like
good
the
faith.
torch, right?
A
As well.
foot's worth of cleaning, so you can clean her one sleeve.
Yeah.
I
mean,
am a
well.
dwarf.
Oh, that's great. So at this point, you've lit the torch, right? So you use prestidigitation to light the torch.
Yeah, but it's a cantrip, so I can use it just repeatedly, right?
Cool. So yeah, you do that.
Where are...
So you've lit the torch, and you're helping to clean this dwarfish woman.
And then I point to where I saw the movements.
Okay.
Can...
So Breaker and Elias, you see a light in that room ahead of you now. A torch illuminates the room, held by one of the humanoid figures.
I look at Elias, and I nod while holding my sword.
And I shake my head. Can we still go there? Did the portcullis block the path? Or did it just come down near the wall?
It has blocked you. You can't go through it. It's like a literal portcullis which has blocked your way. You have to try and lift it or do something with it.
Okay, so it's separating us. Break and Tanner, can you try and lift this gate?
And then we kill them.
Then we speak to them and decide whether or not they should be killed.
Not if we kill you first.
I think Breaker's impression is everything down here is just an enemy. And I think the smell is really starting to get to him. And the unknowns of what's down there and that imp that insulted him. And he starts building up rage and he activates rage and starts to pull open the portcullis.
Right, go for it. So what does rage do? Talk us through the rage. Does it give you a bonus to your normally attacks, right? Rage is an attack thing.
Yeah. So rage is a barbarian specific feature, and it's in battle you fight with primal ferocity, but I can use it outside of battle and I can get advantages to strength checks.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
I get to roll 2d20 and then pick the highest one for the strength roll.
So what I'm thinking is you can try and lift it yourself, or you can do a joint effort where you're all rolling together, and we can do a skill challenge. So we can roll X number. You need to get X number of successes in order to lift the grate, basically. Do you see what I mean? And you can do it together. So you can roll and just get a number of successes with strength checks to lift this grate. So you can do it together or individually. It's completely up to you.
I don't think Breaker cares about coordination. If you want to help,
Go for it.
That would be fine. He's just going to go for it.
And if Tanner was to aid you, it would just give you advantage, but you've already got advantage because of rage.
No. I mean, we can actually do a skill challenge as a separate thing. So ignore 5th edition, where you can do a joint effort and do a skill challenge, and you can all make rolls, and you need to get a number of... 4th edition, you can get a number of successes before it succeeds. So if you'd like to, you can do it together, or you can do it individually with advantage. So you want to give us a roll, Breaker?
12, and with the advantage, 13.
Tarek's also going to give it a go.
Okay, so Breaker, you grip the bottom of this portcullis and you're straining, trying to lift it up in the darkness. Elias is helping.
I'm coordinating. Tanog is helping. He got a 17.
Tanog is helping. Cool. So, in the meantime, Yuey and Adair, you see quite a strange sight in the darkness. You see some, what you think are corpses, twitching and moving strangely, and they begin to get up. They're not moving in a coordinated fashion. They're twitching and moving all awkwardly, and they start rising up, and they rise to their feet. They have sunken, sallow cheeks and eye sockets and glazed over eyes. And they stand to their feet and look over towards you. you want to roll for initiative, please?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It says here, I rolled initiative. You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Yep. So if you go over to Roll20 now, I've moved you guys over to a map, a combat map, and you will, if you can place yourselves in the center where you were with your torch, and obviously Adair, you would be somewhere in the center as well. So please place your characters where they were. You can just drag and drop them, right?
Yeah, I think Rob's saying that we don't actually they don't have tokens.
Oh, right. So you got to set that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
just drag and drop in like
can't
your
you?
character.
You can.
And,
So I got my bio and info, but I don't know where I can add a token.
Did someone add me already? Or did I actually do that? Doubt that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you've been added, right? So you're going to have to create a new...
I can see myself there. Did someone do
Okay.
it?
No, we're actually on the map
cool.
now.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. Great. So if you look to that corridor on the left, if you can all see the screen, so Breaker and Elias, you will be... Do you see where that log is?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine the portcullis is blocking the square to the left of that log, basically. So if you put yourself one more square to the left, and you're obviously facing towards the room.
can you just ping that log again?
Yep. Whoop, over there. There you go.
How do you do that again? I keep forgetting.
Hold down.
You just got to hold down, left click, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Cool. So let's set the initiative tracker. These whatever they are, these humanoids have risen to their feet and are moving towards Adair and Yuey. Not at a blistering pace, but they are coming towards you. Adair and Yuey, really quick, just before this kicks off.
Mm-hmm. Beg your pardon?
Sorry, was that a
perception.
question?
Yeah.
That changes that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any of that.
If you'd like to
Oh,
roll as perception.
Oh, I see. Yes, definitely.
6 for you.
Oh, 10.
Yep. Okay, cool. So aside from these humanoid figures that are coming towards you, you see nothing else. Let's set the initiative tracker and let's kick this thing off. It's double click, right, to add somebody to initiative in Roll20. Isn't that right, Jeff?
I think so. I'm actually so rusty from the holiday.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
How do I even roll
I've got my
20?
brain on.
Where is the initiative tracker?
Yeah, let's get this thing going.
Okay.
Because I know that you can just drag yourself onto it, or
You can.
It's
yeah.
normally for the DM, isn't it on the left side on one of those tabs, right? One of those
Yeah.
items.
Give me 1 second.
You can only view it on the battle map.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. That's the problem. Hang on, let me click.
Check on the far
mean-
left. There's those like the arrow, paintbrush, magnifying glass.
Yeah.
I think it's there, isn't it?
Oh, there we go. Yep, got it. Cool. Do you want to? I've started the turn order. Do you guys need to drag and drop yourself across to that?
So if you right click on your character, you can go add turn. I think. I can just add everybody.
There we go.
Perfect, yeah. So
So what is your initiative, Adair?
It was 6, I think it was. Oh, wait, do you mean...
The roll that you made.
Yeah, it was 6.
And Yuey?
18. I was
Okay.
able to add it myself, I think.
Geez, good going with the initiative.
Yeah.
Rather you than me.
What did you guys roll in your perceptions, Adair and Yuey? You rolled a 6 and a 10, right? Okay.
10,
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got the torch up, right? That was successful.
Say again, what was the question?
The torch, that was successful,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
you've
I
got,
lit the
you've
torch.
got a torch. Yeah, so you've got a lit torch in your whatever hand, left or right hand. Obviously, you've been stripped of your equipment, so you've got nothing but tunics on, basically.
Yeah. Let me see.
And actually, let's add Breaker, Tanog, and Elias to this as well, because you can see what's going on now. You can see that because you've got 60-foot, dark vision, you can see that these other humanoids have appeared, and there seems to be some sort of panic in the room. You can see like the light moving more, the figures like turning around, these humanoid figures turning around as if to say, what the hell is going on in this place? So add yourselves as well.
Cool.
Breaker got 6.
Just to do a quick sanity check, Rob, you should only be able to see out to just past the edge of the map. Is that correct?
So I can see the entire sewer map,
Okay.
like the 3 tunnels leading up, but nothing else, nothing other
Sure.
than that.
But for example, you can't see beyond this point here, right? If you look at the map.
No.
Okay,
I can't.
fantastic. Good. So that's working correctly. Awesome. Cool.
But
So
I don't either have like a radius of light in this location. I guess that's fine if I have a torch.
Yeah, it's if you got a torch, it's absolutely fine. Initially, it would
Okay.
only be the center, that center radius, but you've got a torch, so we'll call it fine. That's okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Just for reference, like each one of these squares is 5 feet.
Yes.
It'll be important later on. So like my character can only
that is very...
move 30 feet, so 6 squares.
How do I what is this valid token thing? Because I'm getting that error message when I roll initiative.
Is it just saying that you don't have a valid token? So the characters that I've got on the screen are, because it's actually highlighting them now. So use this. Is this Breakout?
Yeah, Break is highlighted, but Tanog and Elias are not in the turn order.
Yeah, I just added you now.
Okay, cool. So that's Breaker there, right? That I'm pinging.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
What initiative did you get, Elias? Oh, 9.
Yeah, I put it in.
And Tanag? Oh, sorry, Tanag got 9.
So I thought you got much higher than 6. I've got you as a 6 on the turn order.
Good. 18.
I got 18. I
Okay.
don't know how that has changed. But...
Yeah, it's gone down to 6. Do you want to change it back to 18? Make it accurate. I don't know why it's...
Yeah, no, it's correct.
Yeah, sorry, I think maybe the collaborative effort actually caused a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I'm just dragging everybody into the right order as well. So Tanog is a 9. So let me just get everybody ordered. So we've got Aquilus, who's going first, then Tanog, then these humanoid things, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, looks good.
Let's go for it. So Aquilus, okay, you saw these things, right? You saw these things first. You let the other character know that you're not alone. Okay, so you are going rapidly. You like light on your feet. You're ready to move. You're like, okay, let's do something. So what would you like to do? What action would you like to take?
Yeah. Do I see Breaker and the others coming from the tunnel? Or have I seen them yet?
The only people that you would see in this room, ignore that leftmost tunnel. So the only people you would see, you'd see Adair next to you, and you would see these other humanoid things that have risen up from the wall. Actually, where they've risen up is kind of like webs of slime. If that makes sense. And you think that there's like some sort of eggs or something that are scattered around in the slime among these humanoids, where they've kind of clambered their web from and lunged towards you. So that's all you can see.
So Yuey, he's going to move away from the creatures, past Adair. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As he moves past Adair, he says, I suggest you find a weapon. And then I'm going to cast a cantrip, and I'm going to do the Warlock Classic Eldritch Blast against the bottom one here.
Okay. So talk us through what Eldritch Blast does, because I don't really know. So.
So I'm essentially going to invoke the power granted to me by my patron, and I'm going to blast a beam of energy out of my hands that will then hit the creature and do force damage, I believe.
Okay.
So that is a spell attack roll.
What color is the energy?
So this is a yellow beam of light. They're sort of projecting out of Yuey's hand and blasting into the, or hopefully hitting the creature.
Go for it. Make the roll, man.
That's a 10.
Okay. And it's this bottommost humanoid. Does it have a blast radius, or is it just a single target? Did you say?
It's a single target. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the sort of like invocation or hand gestures that you have to do to cast this? Is it a hand gesture thing, or is it how do you? Is it like a conventional spell?
So this is it's only got verbal and spoken components. So Yuey chants a eldritch invocation, and then at the same time he makes a movement with his hand, and then blasts this beam of crackling energy that streaks towards the creature.
Right. So Adair, you see this going on next to you. So you see him run past. He says what he says to you, and then he starts waving his hands, and he says some weird, garbled, arcane thing. And the next thing you see is this flash and beam of yellow white light, and it hits out towards this bottommost figure and strikes it square in the center of mass. It falls back against the wall, but it is not quite dead yet.
So I rolled a 10 to hit, so that wasn't 10 damage. Okay.
No, 10 to hit's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So roll damage.
Yep. 9 force damage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So what I said, basically.
Perfect.
How much damage does that thing do? What's what class do you actually roll?
So it's 1d10, and then I also have a thing called Agonizing Blast, which gives me extra damage to the Eldritch Blast. Okay.
Cool. So basically, yeah, exactly what I said. So it blasts this thing back against the wall, and then it clambers back to its feet. It looks winded. It's difficult to tell if this thing's actually hurt or not, but it's still going. It's still standing.
Damn it, I think I've just given away my...
Don't know what it is thinking now.
Fuck you guys.
You got the chat streaming, right, Jeff?
Yeah, so everyone saw that.
Master plan, right? Skip at your own plan. Cool. So that's your move and your action, right, Aquilus? Is there any bonus actions or anything you can do?
There's nothing that I'm going to do at this moment now. So Yuey is done for his turn.
Cool. So it's Tanog next.
Can I just ask a general question?
Yeah, go for it.
Am I allowed to do an action and then move? Or do I have to move?
Yeah.
So, exactly, yeah. That's precisely right. So in combat, you get one action and you get your move, and you can do it in either order. You can move first, then action, or action first, then move, or you can split your move. You can do 15 foot, then your action, and then 15 foot. And then if there's anything that gives you a bonus action, you can do that. And you can also speak, I think, right, Dylan? You can speak to somebody in combat.
Yeah, speaking is a free action.
Yeah,
and then if you are in close combat with an enemy, and you just use your move action to move out of their range, they get an attack of opportunity against you, so they get to try and hit you. If you want to avoid that, you can use your action to disengage, and then they don't get that attack of opportunity, but then you also have used up your action.
Okay.
So it's kind of imagine you're locking arms with somebody and you just turned around and ran away, then they'd be able to hit you, but you kind of have to fend them off before you can flee.
Exactly. So what is Tanog going to do?
So between Tanog and Breaker, have they gotten the portcullis up?
They haven't. So they're still struggling. It seems like it's going to need more effort. It's started to come up now with Tanog's extra help. You've raised it about 4 or 5 inches off the ground. They're still trying to get this thing up.
Okay, Tanog's going to give another strength.
Okay, go for it. So he's going to take his action and roll strength, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Let's see. How far away are the enemies? They're more than 60 feet away.
Yeah, you can measure it on the map. Have a look.
Yeah.
What was the the ruler shortcut on Roll20? Like you could hold a button and then like select a distance, and it would tell you exactly.
really?
Yeah.
And how do you tell how far your character can walk, by the way?
So I think the normal is 30 feet, but is a dwarf less than that, I believe?
25.
Oh, it says speed
25.
over there. I'm assuming it's
Yeah.
speed, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and each square is 5 foot, as Jeff said. So you literally 5 foot at a time, right? So you'd move 5 squares on the map. Or you are able to move 5 squares on the map.
Okay. Yeah. Tana's going to try and lift up the portcullis some more.
Okay. This is a skill challenge. I really would like you to get 3 successes on this. You've only had 1 so far. Obviously, not giving away the DC. So go for it. Make a roll.
14.
Okay. So he's still straining alongside Breaker to lift this crate. Doesn't seem to move anymore.
Okay. Next is the baddies.
Next is these humanoid creatures. So at this point, Yuey's fired this weird sort of magical bolt at these enemies. You've seen that go past you, and you can hear sort of noises behind you, and you, because you can see down the corridor as well. You can see them sort of straining, trying to lift this like portcullis that has appeared in the corridor behind you, and these weird humanoids start to lurch forward towards you. They're going to move directly towards Adair.
Fucking fantastic.
It is the hour, so are we going to take a break like after this combat?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
Or if we die, then we just won't come back.
That's it. The whole season done.
Roll me a perception really quick, Adair.
Sorry, I just need to jump back to
Sure.
4. Oh, this thing is so tiny. How the hell do you see anything? I probably can zoom, can I not?
Yeah, you can zoom right in. Should be a relatively okay detailed map. I think what is your passive perception? Your passive perception.
I got
is
it. Perfect 20.
Fantastic. You can see as these disgusting humanoid, emaciated things lurch towards you. They still have some sort of semblance of sentience in their eyes. They're not completely, white-eyed. They still have, actual eyes in their skull, but they kind of get glazed over, like almost like a non-thinking thing. And you can see as they move irregularly towards you, the first thing that you sense is the smell, like wet fish smell. And the second thing that you notice is you see pulsing within their necks as they get closer towards you.
Lovely.
And they lurch towards you and start flailing at you with their limbs. What is your armor class?
13.
Okay, so these things lurch towards you. Some of them are going to fight with disadvantage due to the bodies as well. So basically, only one is actually going to do anything to you, right? So these things are like flailing at you and clawing at you with their limbs and with their hands, and like their mouths are open, and they're making like moaning noises as they flail at you. Take 8 points of damage.
Just like that. Oh god.
And you can see this, right? So you've thrown your magical blast at one of these creatures that got back up, and they all kind of lurch towards the center where this pile of corpses is, and you can see them surrounding Adair and kind of just flailing at this dwarf.
Would I have any idea what that pulsing thing on their neck, like what that could be, or?
Well, you didn't see it.
Okay.
You can roll a perception if you'd like to. You roll me another perception, that's fine, because you have one that's close to you now within 10 feet, right? So you can roll 2.
Can I shout during this? Like, can I be
Yeah,
shouting?
you can.
Sure, go for it, yeah. Are you screaming?
I guess so. What the fuck is this gross shit? But
So basically, Breaker and Elias and Tanog, you can see this all unfolding. These humanoid figures swarming the one in the middle, screaming, rending, moaning noises, and it's pretty horrendous.
And lasers.
And laser beams. So you rolled a 17, right, Yuey?
Yeah.
You can see it too. You see this weird, like, the necks just seem to be like bulging and pulsing out. It's really quite grotesque. Roll me a. Do you have maybe medicine or nature, or you can just roll me a flat intelligence?
Let's see. I'll just go for nature maybe. Oh, natural 20 plus
Cool.
1, so 21.
Can you make a roll as well, please, Adair? Because you've got nature, right? So roll your nature, please.
1 second. I just need to jump. 21 as well.
Fantastic, right? So both of you think, you're not 100% sure, but you think that these humanoids have been parasitized. There's some sort of parasite in these creatures which is controlling them as a host. You're not sure what they are. You don't know what sort of species or whatever, but you can tell by like sort of the nests of eggs all over the walls, and you can tell that they've been, they are hosts for something.
Can we tell whether or not these things are undead, or are they just
They
Yeah.
are. How would you tell me how you would tell that they're undead?
that is a very good question. What color are they? Are they like blue, or are they more reddish, like there's still blood flowing through them?
There is still blood flowing through them.
Oh fuck. Okay, well that changes things.
Cool.
No, they're attacking me.
Is it
Yeah, I was like, I'll feel empathy for them once they're dead.
Run them through. So I believe the next is Elias.
Elias. So I shout out, fall back, come this way, to the two figures. And I shout at Tanog and Breaker to hurry up and get the portcullis open. And I'm going to try and hit one of those things with my longbow.
Go for it.
From behind the portcullis.
Okay, so you're firing over. So you've got
Rage.
Breaker and Tanog. You're trying to lift this thing up, and you're gonna fire over the top of them with your longbow.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a roll.
For whichever one's closest, probably
The one right next to Adair.
Yeah. Do I get disadvantage for firing to melee? I don't think so.
No, it should be fine. You should have enough space. The person in front of you is crouching down, so you can just fire from standing, essentially.
Yeah. 14?
Yep. Do you want to, if you want to use that optional rule we spoke about, do you want to roll your ammo
rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll roll my ammo now. How do I...
You keep track of that. And
Yeah.
what's that? What's the question?
I'll do that. So 14 hits?
It certainly does.
Okay, so damage... 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so Adair, you kind of being swamped by these... What's up?
Sorry, I rolled the one on my ammo dice.
So your ammo dice
So I go down.
You're on your D10 now, right?
Yeah.
Well, you chose to use the optional rule. I'm being guilty here, right? So Adair, these things are like, pouring over you. You're feeling really overwhelmed by these creatures, and you can see this as well, Yuey. And the next thing you just hear next to you, and one of the creatures just falls flat and slumps into the other corpses.
Fantastic.
And
How is Adair looking? Is she rough, or
Yeah.
seems to be in good spirits? Not good spirits, but
Positively chipper,
all
mate.
things considered?
Yeah.
God.
Okay, so Elias, is there any other actions? I mean, you don't want to move, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I don't want to move. I just want to shout out to the two figures to come back this way. We'll help them.
Okay, cool. So Breaker, I believe it's your turn.
Isn't it me?
Nope.
Nope, it's Breaker, and then it's you.
Yeah, we're
Breaker.
tied, but I know my dexterity is higher than yours, so I'll go first.
Just before it's your turn as well. So as the arrow thuds into this creature's center of mass and it drops forward into the pile of other corpses. Adair, you can see the sort of pulsing, bulging area in this thing's neck bursts forth, and this slimy thing, this worm-like creature, spills out of the flesh and begins to scuttle away along the floor. Breaker, your turn.
Breaker lets out a massive roar as he forces the portcullis up. 19.
Damn.
Damn, son. Okay. Well, you got a 19, right? Okay, so this is enough. So you managed to, with all of your might, you rage, you scream down the corridors, and you summon forth all of your might, and you lift this portcullis back up. You're going to have to hold it up because it's going to come crashing back down. So you've got it here like you're doing a clean and jerk. So you're literally holding it here.
I look to Elias. I go, do we want to be in or out?
In. Wait, just hold it open. Just hold it.
Ah.
This could go really badly wrong.
Breaker holds.
Yeah, on my turn, I'll do something about that.
Suppose
I'll just hold it. Hold the door.
Just hold the door, please, chap. Adair, I believe it's your turn.
Okay. Adair is being overwhelmed, and the only thing that she thinks is to get everything away from her. So she's going to cast a thunder wave, which might get Yuey in the process, but she can't think straight right now. She's like, fuck everything, get it away from me.
Okay.
Let's see. I think you can also throw a Constitution as a saving throw.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell me about this. So what is this ability you're using? So you're doing a thunder wave. What is that? What does it do?
So thunder wave sweeps out from you. Each creature within 15 cubic feet, originating from you, is must throw a Constitutional saving throw. On a fail save, creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you.
Okay, and is it a spell?
Yes, I believe
Right.
so.
Okay,
Yes.
so help me square the circle. So when you cast a spell and you are within attack of opportunity distance, do the creatures get an attack of opportunity attack against you, as it's called in 5th edition? Is that a thing? Dylan, help me clarify that.
Yeah, I don't think it is anymore.
Okay, so you can cast a spell and you're all good.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have to make a Constitution save or take the damage and be knocked back, right?
Yeah, and I think they take half damage on a successful save, if I'm not mistaken.
And they are not knocked back, correct?
Yes.
Does the cube extend to Yuey? Do I need to make the saving throw?
Yeah,
as well?
Yuey is
You're on
within the cube.
edge of it. This is a non-thinking spell, definitely.
Yeah. And that was Constitution, right?
Yeah.
6.
Somebody's in front of the wall.
Well, you're gonna hit the wall.
And you said it, so it's a 15 feet they get thrown back from you, right?
10.
Oh, 10 feet. Okay, so
Yeah, it's the cubic distance is only.
okay, right. So you summon all your might. You're obviously, being overwhelmed by these creatures. You raise your fists into the air, and the thunder wave goes off. It throws 2 of these creatures back. One of them manages to almost hold on to you in a way as you throw out this thunder wave. Do you want to roll damage as well?
How do you go about doing that?
So to roll damage, it's normally on the action list of what happened. Oh, there, your damage is 7.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on the thing already.
But can that be? Because it's supposed to be 2.
2d6,
2d8.
2d8. So
Well,
if you hold
actually,
over the 7,
With
one.
level 2, it would have been 3d8s.
Oh, did you cast it as a level 3?
No, I
so
cast level
3d8.
2, which means that you get a bonus one, I believe. I might
Oh
be
yeah,
wrong.
high level cast. So it's 7 plus 3.
So it's 10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did you see that?
On that action list, if you hold over the number on the thing, so it says DC 13 Constitution save, and then 3 thunder for a high level cast,
I
and then
see.
below that is 7 thunder for the thunder wave.
Okay.
And
That's
if you hold
cool
over
that
the
it shows
number,
it all.
yeah,
Number.
if you hold over the number, you can see the math. So the 7 was 1 plus 6, and then the 3 was 1d8, which got a 3.
So 10
Okay.
damage.
So 10
Oh,
points
yeah,
of damage.
10 in
Yeah.
total, yeah.
So one of these creatures. So obviously there was the one that got an arrow in its chest, which has fallen flat, and it is no longer with us. And that worm sort of burst forth from its neck. One of the other creatures flies back and lands into the sort of into the filth. And again, it's face down. It's not getting back up. Yuey, I've got bad news for you. You take the damage, but you were thrown into the wall at the same time. So I'm going to award you the honor of having an extra 1d4 points of damage. So if you can please roll that.
Great. Sure. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
So I'm down to 4 hit points. Am I thrown back against the wall as well? Like
Yeah,
over
so
here?
basically, exactly, yeah. So directly away from Adair, basically.
Can I still move?
You can.
Even though that other one was like quite close to me.
There's not one. Oh wait, there is one directly in front of you. So if you do move away from that creature, they will get an opportunity attack against you as you attempt to get away, like Jeff described.
So you can move 5 feet, I think, and that'll be
Okay.
fine.
Okay. I thought you had to take it. Don't you have to take a disengage? Is that not a thing in 5th edition?
That
We're
is the
completely wrong.
disengage. You don't?
Oh, is it?
You use an action to disengage.
So you can use your move action to move 5 feet to disengage.
No, it's an attack action.
Oh, I
It's
see.
like the action.
All right. Okay. So, but an action is like so. Adair in this case spent her action to cast the spell, right?
Yeah. So
So I
if
can't
Adair
really leave
moves,
anyway.
yeah, if you move now, then it'll get an attack of opportunity against you. If it's within, is there? Yeah, I see one there. Yeah.
You could maybe risk it if you're feeling brave.
I'm relying on everyone else to kill them before.
Because maybe taking it like getting hit now is better than getting hit during its turn and then still trying to run away and getting hit again.
I'll take that chance, to be honest. Oh wait, but which one has already moved? Oh yeah, that.
Well, when it's their turn again, they'll get to move and take an action, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to check the list. So Yuey does get to move, and hopefully they can kill it before it gets a chance. So I am just going to stay where I am.
So
Okay.
there are 2 of them left, right? So there's this one over here as well.
There are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're gonna stay where you are, right, Adair? Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you want to make? Can you make
Stand
me?
your ground.
Could you please make me a dexterity save?
Oh wait, but can they attack even though I'm not?
No,
What?
they're not attacking you, but just roll me a dex save. Well, not attacking in a conventional sense, that is.
Oof.
You have got the
To be
medicine
fair,
skill, right?
it's not a natural one. It's a 2 minus 1 for bad dex.
Right. Okay, so it's not a natural one. Okay, we're all good there. So, as you do your what is the ability called? Thunder Stomp, right?
Thunderwave.
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 There you go. So as you do your Thunderwave, one of the creatures like almost half, explodes as it flies back towards the wall. There's this one which is next to you, which had an arrow in its chest, not in the knee, but in the chest. This thing which is burst out of its neck is slithering towards you.
Oh, fuck.
And unfortunately, as you were concentrating on your thunder wave, this thing is latched onto your leg, and you look down, and it's literally burrowing into your skin. You can feel the searing pain as this worm is like
Surely
grappling
my
onto your
Thunderwave would have gotten it. Please don't tell me there's something burrowing into my skin.
buried in the corpses. So I believe that's your turn. There, Aquilus Yuey.
Yeah, let's see. So I was thrown back by the thunder wave, sort of against the wall
Indeed.
of the sewer. Kind of knocked the wind out of Yuey's lungs. Obviously, I see Adair in trouble as well, but there's the second ghoul as well.
You see her shaking her leg. She's like, "Get off me!"
Yeah. The second creature is still right next to her, right?
There's one of these humanoids directly in front of her. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yuey is impressed by the power of the thunder wave. So he's going to try and help Adair by clearing away this the ghoul closest to her.
Mhm.
So he's going to make another Eldritch Blast attack.
Cool. Go for it.
So it makes the same utterance and makes the same hand gesture, and this beam of energy blasts out as well. And I got a 25,
Got
which is
natural
a
20.
natural 20 plus my modifiers.
So with a spell, I'm assuming you can critical hit just like a weapon, right? You must be able to. Is that
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, there we go. So that's a critical hit. So apply whatever damage you need to apply. That's obviously a hit.
Let's see.
And you are targeting the one directly in front of Adair, right?
Yes, I am. So I've switched targets, yeah.
Go for the weird slug thing. Please. I don't care. I can get mold. It's fine.
With
I mean, I guess I don't necessarily, or Yuey might not necessarily see that slug, right?
No, you did.
And that's like right on you.
You did. You saw me shaking this shit off. You can
So
get it
that's
perfectly.
11 plus 1, so 12 damage.
Okay, so that is going to utterly obliterate the creature because it's already taken some damage, right? The thunder wave already did damage to this creature, so it does damage. It's just you don't get knocked back if you make your con save. Is that correct? Adair?
Say again?
So if you make your Constitution save with thunder wave, you still take damage. You just don't get knocked back. Is that correct?
Yes, you take half damage and you don't get knocked back.
Right. Okay. So you can see this flash of light as Yuey lets forth another one of these beams, and it literally carves a hole directly through this humanoid, and it just collapses to the floor instantly.
Fantastic.
And Yuey will then attempt to crawl further away through this muck to right about there.
Okay.
Just trying to get put some distance between him and this creature.
Okay. So you're crawling away along the perimeter of this round room, and you're crawling through the muck and the filth in your tunic with your torch in one hand, kind of like pulling one arm.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So you're crawling away. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Mr. Tanog, I believe, is next. Dylan, what would Tanog going to do?
Is there anything here that Tano could use to wedge the portcullis open? Like, is this log? Does it exist?
Yeah, that's the detritus that's been washed down into the sewers over many centuries. So
Yeah.
the log is there, and there's much more there as well. So yeah.
Cool. Tanag's going to try wedge the portcullis open to relieve Breaker.
Okay. So he's going to take an action to basically lift up a log and just wedge it underneath, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, that's fine. That works great. It takes the weight of the portcullis.
Cool. Can he move still?
Absolutely.
Okay, he's going to move towards the action.
Okay.
I think that's 30 feet.
Whoop. It always looks so freaky, like on Roll20 when you just see the little
Just like
character
this.
like moving across the screen, flying carpet. Cool. So
Cool.
he's throwing himself into the melee, which is going on in the center of this room, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So let's go back to these strange humanoid beings. So Tanog is running to the room. We've got Yuey trying to crawl away with a torch in one hand after casting his Eldritch Blast and destroying one of these creatures, blowing a massive smoking hole into the center of it. He's crawling away. Tanog's sprinting into the room. You've wedged open the portcullis. This last humanoid is lurching towards Adair. And as before, it's going to reach forth with its rotting, disgusting, filth-covered limbs and lunge towards you. And completely miss. The limbs bounce harmlessly off your tunic. Elias, what would you like to do?
How many? So there's only one baddie left.
Well, there's one of these humanoids that's left standing, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Elias is going to move forward.
Okay, so you're ducking forth under the portcullis, sprinting into the room.
Yeah, and he's going to let loose at the thing with a longbow.
Cool. And you're going to roll your ammunition dice again, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, I got a 21.
Whoa. Good going. Good shooting.
11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I still have my arrows.
Cool. Okay, so you sprint into the room and take a shot with your longbow. Let fly. This creature would have already taken half damage. So, yeah, once again, your arrow hits center of mass and this thing just drops directly down.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've still got a bit of a situation on our hands, don't we? So this last thing has dropped to the ground. It would be Breaker's turn next. You see in the center of the room, you see Adair. You tell us, Adair, what's going on?
Get this thing off me. As I wriggle around and try and kick it off.
Cool. We'll say that we're out of combat at this point.
Okay. So can we act?
Can I?
Yeah, you can go back to acting normally. I'll be very quick about it, however.
Breaker charges in, still filled with rage, and charges in and says, "Get off the pile."
Get this thing off me. I'm just gonna keep wriggling until it's off.
Okay. Tanong is gonna silently hurry towards Adair, and can I use medicine to try and get this thing off?
Yep, roll me medicine. Adair, can you roll me another dexterity, please?
Sure thing.
Okay, Tanong got a 12.
Okay. So tell me what exactly you're trying to do. So this thing is latched onto your leg. It's literally buried itself halfway into your calf. At this point, you can't get it off of you. What is Tanok doing with medicine? What exactly is he doing?
So he is. What does he have? Sorry, I inherited this NPC.
That's all good.
So he's gonna like pull out like one of his crossbow bolts and like try and like wedge it into Adair's calf and like get this thing out.
So you're gonna try and cut it out, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, pull and push and take it out.
And you're gonna use medicine to basically perform the procedure, right?
Yeah. To do it without like doing grievous bodily harm.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, Tanok rushes into the room. Adair, you've rolled a 3 with your dexterity. Unfortunately, you can't get this thing off of you. Yeah, Tanok rushes in. He pulls out a bolt, and he deftly, simultaneously, cuts your flesh open, draws the creature out, and simultaneously stamps on it at the same time. Take 1 point of damage, please, Adair.
Thank you. I don't care. It's off. Thank you.
He just grunts.
This worm creature is now motionless on the floor.
I shout out, let's take Breaker's advice and get out of here. I don't know which way we want to go. Maybe down rather. It looks safer.
I think we can decide that after the break.
Yeah, let's take a break, right?
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. So what are we going to do? 5 minute break, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so
Good.
cool.
Awesome. See you back in 5 minutes, guys.